You're the type of guy who dates one girl, thinks she's rare, thinks there's nobody else like her, and then you want to stick around, grab her up, and not let her go. And then when she dumps you, you think it's over. Am I right or am I right? This is what's happening. You're not seeing what's going on in front of your eyes. You're so caught up in the illusion that what happened to you is a bad thing. This is actually a good thing. Because here's the truth. You could have been with multiple women this whole time, but you were too busy thinking scarcity instead of abundance. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, your trusted men's health advisor. Let me walk you through what's coming. First, the scarcity mindset that keeps most men stuck dating one woman at a time, and why that thinking is killing your options. Then, the rejection framework that separates men who quit after 3 approaches from men who succeed. And finally, the exact same-day strategy that gets you from stranger to bedroom with 2 different women in 24 hours. If you skip what I'm covering first, you'll completely miss why the rest works, and that's where most men lose. Hit that subscribe button because what we're covering today is based on approach psychology, male sexual strategy, and the honest truth about what actually gets women saying yes on the first date. Let's start with the fundamental problem most men have: scarcity thinking. You have all this value to offer. You're bringing light to their darkness. That's the mindset you have to have. You have to think and believe that you can get any woman you want. You have to really believe that and then put that energy out there. Most men don't. They approach like they're asking permission. They approach like the woman is doing them a favor just by talking to them. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You need to flip that script completely. Come at women with the mentality that they should be glad you're even talking to them. This isn't arrogance, it's understanding your value. When you approach from a place of abundance instead of scarcity, women feel it immediately. That shift in energy changes the entire interaction. Here's the truth about rejection that most men never learn. Do you know her? No. So you don't know nothing about her. So why would you be upset that she rejected you? She could be a psycho. She could be crazy. You might have saved yourself from a lot of grief and anguish. Rejection is part of the process. Don't even bother being upset about it. But wait, there's something else happening here that most men don't realize. You're thinking that women are doing you a favor by talking to you. Stop looking at it that way. You're coming at them and you should be presenting yourself as valuable. Give them that funny energy, that cool presence. Use what you have and make it work for you. I don't care if 1,000,000 girls reject you, just keep going. And this is where it gets critical. Most men make excuses. I'm 20, I've had sex once, I live with my sister, I work at a video game store, I'm broke. I don't want to hear the excuses. You just gotta talk to more girls. You'll get a girl. It's not that hard. The problem isn't your circumstances, it's your approach volume and your mindset. Here's what most people don't realize about getting numbers. Don't get happy because you got a number. Be happy because you did what you wanted to do. You stepped up. Getting a phone number means almost nothing. All you gotta do now is get like 50 more numbers, and then you can make something happen. Right now, you might feel like Superman because you got 1 number, but you just need to keep practicing, and before you know it, you're going to be getting laid consistently. Keep this in mind because it connects directly to the same-day strategy. The approach volume is everything. You just gotta talk to more girls. It's not that hard. But here's the reality. You need to get like 50 more numbers before you can make something happen consistently. You need to keep practicing, and before you know it, you're going to be getting laid regularly. Here's the framework for building that pipeline. You need a location where you can bring multiple women without it being weird. I've seen guys set this up at coffee shops where they know the owner. One guy told the owner straight up, "I'm going to be coming here with different women. Just hook me up with good service and we're good." That's logistics planning. And this is where it gets critical. When you have multiple women interested at the same time, you're going to face choices. I've seen guys get themselves into situations where 2 women both want to see them on the same day. Let's say you've got Melissa and Stephanie. Melissa wants to take it slow. She's interested, but she's thinking long-term, feeling you out, not rushing into bed. Stephanie just wants to have fun. She's direct, she's physical, she's down for same-day action. Here's what changes everything. You need to stop asking what she wants and start asking what you want. Do you want the girl who wants to take it slow, or do you want the girl who's ready to go? That question determines your entire strategy. If you're trying to get 2 women in one day, you can't pick 2 Melissas who both want to take it slow. You need at least one Stephanie, someone who's already demonstrated through her communication and behavior that she's down for casual, same-day intimacy. The logistics have to be airtight. You need to schedule them with enough time between encounters. I've seen guys pull this off by having one woman in the morning, then spacing the second for late afternoon or evening. That's timing. But here's the brutal truth. You need more options than you think. If you want 2 in one day to actually happen, you probably need 4 or 5 women in your pipeline who are all potentially available, because logistics, schedule conflicts, and last-minute cancellations will kill half your opportunities. Here's something about female psychology you need to understand. Once a woman picks her guy and has sex with him, her oxytocin levels spike. She gets attached. She bonds through sex differently than men do. Which means if you're going for volume and variety, you need to be clear about what you're offering, not through explicit conversation necessarily, but through your behavior and frame. I've heard guys be completely honest about this. Just because I want to sleep with other women doesn't mean I don't care about you. The woman asks, "Are you always going to want to sleep with other women?" His answer, "Probably. I don't know if that'll change." That honesty creates the frame. He's not hiding it. He's not lying. He's demonstrating through his words and actions that he's not a monogamous guy, and she can either accept that reality or move on. Some women will walk away. Some women will stay because they value what he offers more than they value exclusivity. Here's the part that separates fantasy from reality. You can't just have one date lined up if you want 2 women in one day. You need multiple options in motion simultaneously. That's why approach volume matters. That's why getting 50 numbers matters. Because out of 50 numbers, maybe 10 will actually meet you. Out of 10 who meet you, maybe 3 are Stephanies who want same-day action. Out of 3 who want it, maybe 2 will actually follow through with scheduling that works. This is a numbers game combined with calibration. The numbers game is approaching enough women that you have real options. The calibration is identifying which women are fast-moving versus slow burn, which ones are sexually available versus relationship-focused, and which ones have logistics that actually work for same day. Here's the bottom line. Getting 2 women in one day isn't about being exceptionally good-looking or rich. It's about abundance mindset, massive approach volume to build a pipeline, identifying which women want casual versus commitment, planning logistics with proper spacing, and being honest through your frame about non-monogamy. When you approach enough women that you have real options, when you identify the Stephanies versus the Melissas, when you schedule with 2-hour buffers between encounters, when you set up a consistent location for dates, and when you're honest that you're not looking for exclusivity, you create the conditions where 2 in one day shifts from fantasy to achievable goal. Try this starting today. Approach 10 women this week just to practice abundance mentality. Get their numbers without outcome dependence. Pay attention to which ones give you fast green lights through flirty texts and quick availability versus which ones want slow courtship. Set up potential dates with proper time spacing. Let your behavior communicate that you're not the monogamous type. Watch how the pipeline starts filling up. That's when you know it's working. If this completely changed how you think about sexual strategy, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment and tell me, are you playing a numbers game or putting all your eggs in one basket? I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking care of yourself.